and I'm so excited. I have Tyler with me. And we are going to be a part of our hashtag Mastery Chat recap, where we are going to talk all about the Twitter chat that we just hosted. And it was on my favorite topic, student motivation. So, Tyler, how are you feeling?
I was honestly overwhelmed, but in the best way, because I wanted to read everybody's responses, and it was moving so quick, and I'm like, I got to keep track of time. So I said before, I'm a newbie to this. This was my first one, but such an amazing experience. So in the middle of the chat, I was like, I forgot to answer my own questions for a few of these, just because I was so engrossed with reading people's things and answering back to them, because it was so cool to hear what they were saying. And, you know, we talk about motivation. We all see it from a different perspective, and it's so refreshing to get that different perspective, because we only have our own, but it's nice to see all these educators that share that common theme and thread.
Absolutely. Tyler, for the first time, you did awesome. I don't think anyone would have known that this is your first time unless you would have told us.
Well,
we have Susan with us. Susan says that the chat was amazing tonight, and thank you so much for, she really needed it today. So I think this is a super good topic for all of our Mastery Chat family.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it was because of them, it just flowed so easily. The conversation was just so, it just flowed so perfectly, and everybody was just answering and coming back to one another. It was really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we have so many of our friends. Sam, shout out to Sam and Jeff and Cameron, everyone that's here on live with us. I'm so excited to talk about our chat, because a lot of these people that are with us tonight live were a part of our chat. So I'm excited to hear their thoughts as well. Maybe they have more questions for you, Tyler. So that will be cool as well. Before we start, though, I would love to just learn more about you. I knew that you were hosting, and I got to learn about you throughout the chat, but would you mind just sharing what your background is for all of us that may not know?
Yeah, been in education now for 8 years. Started off basically at the very bottom. I was a paraprofessional for a year. So I worked with a group of kids, specifically at-risk youth, and it kind of just got me into that environment. Then for the next 6 years, I served as an at-risk teacher, social studies and career-based intervention. So, I mean, we did wonderful things. We had so many interesting journeys. We went on college visits. We went to job shadowing things. It was an amazing opportunity. And then finally, the opportunity to become a principal happened at an alt high school, and now I lead over 150 kids in a very similar program to what I had before, but as an administrator. And all the meantime, have this crazy, beautiful family that I have, 3 beautiful daughters. I sent the picture of my daughter at a performance tonight, and I worked on my PhD and got that done. So, I mean, I'm just living a crazy, wild life.
Oh my gosh, Tyler, I have to tell you, every time we have somebody host, my favorite part is learning about their backgrounds, because, I mean, you have so much background in education, have served in so many roles, then to be able to bring all that insight and share it within our chat tonight, just, I'm blown away. That's so cool.
Thank you. I mean, it's always great to be able to see different perspectives. From where I was to where I am now, it really makes me value everybody that's in the chats, the pre-service teachers that show up. It really shows how powerful Twitter is and how much they want to be better for the next generation.
Absolutely. Can I ask you really quick, what was your PhD on? What did you write your dissertation on?
I actually wrote my dissertation on Hispanic teacher retention and recruitment in the state of Ohio.
Wow, no kidding. See, I have looked into a PhD so many times, I'm unsure what direction I'm going to go, but I always love to see what pulls people in and what they ended up writing about. So,
yeah, it's definitely something I'm passionate about, and being from an area with a smaller Hispanic population, being myself Hispanic, it was just something that clicked.
Yeah. Wow. It's great. You have to send that to me. I would be so interested in learning more about that. So if you don't mind, after we're done, you can send that my way. In terms of our chat, we talked all about motivation. So what inspired you to make motivation your topic for our February, I guess it's March 1st, for our March 1st chat?
Well, I mean, it's that time of year where we see a lot of people kind of fall into that law. Being from the state of Ohio, we're in the middle of dry rainy season or gray rainy season right now, and motivation's low. We have a number of kids who are just down in the dumps trying to figure out, am I going to make it through? And so it's that powerful tool that we all have within us. We bring that motivational. We wouldn't become teachers if we weren't motivated to help change lives. And so this topic I felt was just something I'm passionate about, but I think something everybody needed, as some of the people were saying. It's just one of those things that you can never get enough of.
And you're right. It's interesting because we did a pre-chat, a kind of like preview for our mastery chat, and we focused a lot on student motivation, how that was so valuable, but then also how important it is to have the teachers motivated and that balance. So then to hear from your perspective as not only serving in those roles, but also from an administrator perspective, we all need that motivation. So I think anybody that was a part of our chat was really feeling the love that motivation can bring. Did you have a specific question that you were surprised by any responses that you got, or anything that just really stuck out from the chat that you want to highlight?
Yeah, it was really cool to see how people talked about the what was more important, the intrinsic motivation or the external motivation in the real world. And it was cool how people took it and ran with it. I think one of the best ones I saw was you need a combination of both. I saw that. And, from my perspective, I didn't even think about it that way just because I'm so self-driven. But at the same time, you have these things. I hate to say it, money being one of them. When you get that extra bonus or you're able to do something nice for yourself, that's a nice reward. That's something that I wasn't thinking of. So being able to see that, yeah, that's still there, because I'm always of the mindset, well, the stickers go away, the grades go away, but that's not true, because, we're always being, unfortunately, good and bad, judged in our lives. And when we have that positive judgment come our way, or that, boss says, hey, great job feathering your cap, that's kind of like a sticker for an adult. And when somebody said that, it was like, holy crap, I didn't even think of that. That's really true. We all want that.
Yeah, I like that you said that you didn't like to admit it, because I was feeling the same way. I joke all the time, that really intrinsic is the way to go. That's really what we need. But gosh, we all need a little bit of both, I think, definitely, whether we like to admit it or not.
Definitely.
Maybe we need to invent more adult stickers. Is that maybe an avenue that we need to go down after this chat?
I think so. I think we may have to trademark that so that, we have our own little sticker boards and we can move our clips like the little ones do.
Yeah.
Positive things.
Man, we should not have just said this on Facebook Live. We could have made a lot of money off of adult stickers.
Yeah.
All right, if you're listening on live, tune out now. So we're going to go do this after. So, well, we have a few comments that I've been popping up every so often. I want to highlight Marissa. She says, tonight was such a wonderful opportunity for us to reflect on not only what drives our students, but also what drives us. Loved this question. Oh, who's with you there?
This is my little puppy dog from the show. She's mad at me because I'm not reading her story right now.
Aww.
Slipper back.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
And you only have one slipper.
She's missing her slipper. Why don't you go look for it? I'll be right up. Okay?
I don't want to look for it by myself.
Take your monkey.
She was so cute in that photo. If you are listening on Facebook Live right now and you did not see that adorable photo, you need to go back on Twitter and check that out.
Yes, for sure.
Well, I know that you need to get back. Can we pick your brain on one more question?
Oh, for sure. I'd love to talk.
Wonderful. So one of my favorite questions, we kind of touched on it in the preview, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, was your question number 3, it was number 3, and I was a little nervous about how this question would go. You said, what destroys motivation in schools? And I think when we talked about it on the preview, I was nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are all the horrible things that are going to come out? So what did you see as something that destroys motivation in schools?
I mean, I went the, PC route, the safe route. We always have that fear, that doubt that really kills motivation. From the general perspective, I mean, I could dive deep. As an administrator, I've had bad administrators who have destroyed it. You have bad teachers who bring that negative energy, and it just destroys what you're trying to build. But it all leads back to that fear and that, I guess, doubt that creeps in, because it's that voice. We always are fighting that voice inside of us that say we can't do it, we can't do this, we can't do that. And it keeps us within our comfort zone. But when we're able to, I guess, bluntly put it, shut that voice up and, really push forward, that's when great things happen. That's why you see these schools that are making amazing transitions, because they're squashing it out and they're saying, we're going to keep pushing forward, we're going to be risk takers, and we're going to do whatever we can. And it's, the leaders and the teachers, everybody coming together to really push that.
Yeah, I think coming together is that huge piece. I'm fortunate if I work in a building that we have a great school culture, and coming together really keeps everyone motivated. And the students see that, right? When the teachers are connected, when the administrators are supportive, when everyone's working together as a family, as a team, it really makes a big difference. And for those educators that may not be in as supportive of an environment, having a PLN, like our Twitter chats kind of act as the same role, wouldn't you think?
I would agree 100%, because again, you got to put whatever you can out in the world. You got to surround yourself with like-minded people. If you're in a negative situation, again, coming to something like this is one of those things, as people were saying, you need that sometimes. You need these positive people to push you through. I mean, is everything going to be perfect in, schools? No, but being able to be a part of something like this just reinvigorates everybody. Tomorrow I'm ready to attack the day with a whole new motivation, just because of all the great things that I've been reading and things, and everything that was shared with me tonight. I'm just like on cloud nine.
Oh, man, I agree. And sometimes I feel like after a chat, you have to go back and respond. Yeah. Tiffany always jokes. She's like, I stay up till midnight responding to people. Don't do that.
That's what's going to happen. I think this is going to happen. I like it, though. It's so cool. I want to give everybody 100%. And, if I don't get back to you and you're on here right now, I promise I will within the next couple of days, because it's really important to me. And you guys being, tweeting it out, retweeting it out, sharing it. We had such a great turnout tonight. I was overwhelmed, but it was so awesome to be overwhelmed that way.
Well, and I love your passion for wanting to continue to connect with people. That's how we all continue to grow. I think that every conference I do, every email I send, every time I'm able to connect with teachers, I'm like, don't have this be the last time. There's so much more learning that we can do together, so many more connections, and bettering what our craft is if we all stay connected. So now that you said that, I think you're going to get a lot of people that are going to keep you in their group. So that'll be really, really powerful for the change that we can make all together.
I love it, because whenever I join a group or I befriend a new person, it always inspires me to see what they're doing in their schools, their classrooms. And it almost, I like to say, it's like a competition, because I want to keep up with them. I want to be able to put stuff up cool just like them. So it's really cool. They inspire me to do great things.
Oh, I love that. Well, Jeff gave you a shout out. He said, such an awesome chat, Tyler. Great work. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and experience with all of us. So I think that's how a lot of people felt throughout this chat. And I know you're so excited to get back and read all their responses that you've missed and make sure that everybody keeps their ideas flowing, even though the chat ended.
100%. And again, I reiterate, it wasn't me. It was some simple questions that people ran with and made amazing, questions to each other, communications. And seriously, it's all on everybody in the group. I was just the guy that kind of threw them out there and got lucky enough to be able to say a few smart things here and there.
Well, even though it was your first time, this now means that you're hooked. So you're going to have to host more Twitter chats as the year continues. Start thinking about your next topic that you want to talk about.
100%. Yes, you're right. It's very addictive. Yes.
Awesome. Well, Tyler, we're going to let you get back to your family. Obviously, we've all worked very long days, and we are at the start of March, and this was the best way to start off our March. So thank you for being such a huge part of our Twitter chat and just sharing all of your insight. We had a really good time. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.